again. I'm back with more of, I'm back now. We're going to do some of AKT, Celebrity Reads. We just had a really fun segment, and we had a really good time talking about the Alexis K. Tyler hair products, skin products, and dealing with, you know, women's issues. So, yeah, I'm having a hard time. So I'm not going to stay long. Why? Because I can't keep the battery charged. I don't know why it's doing that tonight, but my battery is not charging. I know something you're not expecting, right? Look at there. Look at there. Because people are like, why do you wear the gloves? Why do you wear the gloves? Why do you wear the gloves? Why don't you show your hands? What's wrong? Nothing's wrong. If you look at me, my videos from, okay, Nikki, we're going to do that since I see you all are interested in my products. But what I do is I treat my hands. So I don't know, what do you think? I hope they're even tonight. I treat my hands a lot because, you know, I've had so many skin issues and unevenness, like the stuff we were talking about, that I don't like and I know you've seen this, and I used to have this problem a lot when I didn't understand it, where the face is one color, the neck is one color, the body's one color, the hands are one color, the elbows are dark, the booty cheeks are dark, the neck's black, the knees are black, the ankles are black. People will try to tell you, okay, well, being a black woman, that's just normal, and it's not. That's a lie. There are a lot of things we don't know, and so I work on those things all the time. But, you know, I'm Southern. I'm very country, so I love the old Southern belle. You know, everybody don't need to see everything. I don't show my whole body. I love the gloves. I love the umbrella, what they call the parasol. And sometimes when you do your beauty treatments, like even when women come to me for beauty treatments, it's important to protect the different parts of the body. So, and plus I love the old-fashioned, I love the cigars, I love the gloves. I just love the old Southern feel. So I don't always show you everything. Okay. I just might not be in the mood to show you everything. So I just wanted to surprise you. I said I know they're not gonna expect it. They probably won't even notice it because I always wear the gloves. But I said, let me take this off. Since I'm being so transparent with them, I'm going to show them. You see, I don't have a disease. I don't have pink hands or anything. I have regular hands. All right, I just treat them. I like to treat them. It's very important. You don't want your hands to look wrinkled and old. You know, I had this man tell me one time. He said, yep, you said you're 4 shades of light, copper honey. He said he could look at a woman's hands and he could tell her age. And I said, that's not true. And he looked at my hands and he said, they're not wrinkled up and shit and all fucked up looking. And he was shocked. And I said that you cannot think that you can put everybody in a jar and judge people and say that one size fits all. Hey, Mary. Because it depends on not that crippin'. That's right. That's what's really good. That's right, cool. We crippin'. And I'm going to tell you how to do it. If you all want the hand treatments from me, I got the hand treatment. I got the pussy. I got the, you know what? Come on now. Let me get off of that because we out there now. We've been here. Y'all done had me laugh like a motherfucker over here. I can't stay long because I don't know my phone's tripping. I can't get a full charge. Aren't those pretty? I love those. Those are so pretty. I'm trying to see the doors will stay open so you can see how pretty they are. So what I'm going to have to do is get some of the reading, and then I'm going to come back to you because this reading bothers me so much, and I don't know if you all noticed it. When I mentioned it the other night, because I'm still, oh wow, I feel them grabbing me. The Panthers, the Black Panthers have been coming in here. It's been more than one. Like I started telling you a few minutes ago in part 1 when I didn't go into the reading. They came in here with Johnnie Cochran, and I know from the very beginning of these readings, the Black Panthers came in here, And they came with Nipsey, all the cats, and I know there are also Egyptian cats. And then when I looked at Johnnie Cochran the other night, the cats came with him, and one I saw was a cheetah. And I was wondering, what is the cheetah meaning? And then I saw, thank you for the hearts, I love, love, love the hearts. And then after I got off with you the other night, a whole bunch of Black Panthers started coming around my house. They started coming on top of the roof. They started wailing. They started making a sound. Oh, thank you, Mary. I like that fist. They started making a sound. I've never heard these cats make this sound. And then I just got the connection. The Black Panther Party. They're with Johnnie Cochran and the Black Panthers that have physically died, that are on the other side. They are cheering the shit on because of what they said, and they come and they curl their tail up. They walking around me, and one came up under my leg, and I said, "Hi, baby." I thought it was the same one. I said, "Oh, that's not just Lucy." It was Lucy, and she brought a crew of them, a whole bunch of Black Panthers. This is how do you protect yourself when you're in contact with the spirit. Well, Samson, oh, hello, beautiful, my baby Samson. You know, Samson, he's been with me and supported me a long, long time. He was at Howard University. He can vouch that I was at Howard University. He was there, and he took a picture with me. And he showed me the picture. I had forgotten. I said, oh, my God. I can't believe that was 10 years ago. When he, and Samson is just so elegant. He's such a charming young man. And, you know, I learned from him, just because a man is gay does not mean that they hate women, that they dislike women. Samson has always been so elegant and charming and kind to me. And he came just to see me and to hear me speak. And he still has my picture. I couldn't believe it until he showed it to me. So thank you, Samson, for coming. But yes, let me say to you, Samson, I don't have to protect myself every time spirits come because they're not bad. Johnnie Cochran didn't come to hurt me. The Black Panthers didn't come to hurt me. Okay, if you look, our people, just like when I saw Nipsey in the Mayan ruins in the video, with that girl singing her goddamn ass off. What that victory lap song, I think. And he out there on the beach out there. He said with the Mayan ruins, and he's walking. He said we just came from the top of the pyramids, and there's a Black Panther pyramid and a whole spiritual group, and those are Mexican, but them Mexicans got black in them. They don't want to talk about that, which is also going to the Egyptian temple. Those are our ancestors. Thank you for the hearts. I love those hearts. I need that energy. So those people belong to us. That's why they're so comfortable coming in here. So I didn't have to protect myself from them, Samson, because they don't mean me no harm. They want to talk to Nipsey. They want to talk about him. And they're coming to teach me. Yes, when that girl singing her motherfucker ass off on that goddamn shit right there, and that wailing, singing up there with him, and he walking through there, and a whole bunch of them surrounded my house this week. And I said, why did Lucy go get some more Black Panthers? And then, like I say, a picture, I seen a Black Panther walking on somebody on a building on the roof. I saw it and I put it on my Facebook page. I said, oh, they're trying to tell me something. Now it makes sense. The Black Panther Party. They're tied to Johnnie Cochran because, and then who's Cochran? Got that motherfucker sing, she was singing and shit up there. It's beautiful. I got chills. There's something so deep and so spiritual about that girl's voice. Singing up there, that wailing. Beautiful woman. Beautiful voice. And when Nipsey comes to tell me this about when I seen Sam's face, and when they was in New York and I took the video, I said, I can't take this. I seen Nipsey's face all over Sam's face, and I seen the pain in his eyes. I said, I can't. And then Nipsey comes to tell me, he said, they're going to try to kill my brother. I'm worried about my brother. I'm worried about my family. A couple days ago when I did that reading, I said, I got to hurry up. I'm tired, but I'm going to tell y'all, Nipsey took off running out the door. And I said, oh, Lord, going, he said, you got to tell my brother, you got to warn my brother. And then I didn't know who he was going to get. I said, well, you know, he'll be back. So when he came back, that's when he brings Johnnie Cochran. He said, tell her. And that's when Johnnie Cochran starts to tell me the other day. And then that's when we're underground. I want to tell you that I looked, when we're dealing with, when I was saying the District of Columbia and Washington, when they were down there doing the black magic, bringing the archetypes over, dealing with duality, to kidnap these girls now and do all of the secret rituals now. When I look on the ground, the same symbol that's on the $1 bill with the eagle, which is the Egyptian symbol, and they also have the iris, was down underground on the floor where they got these women and girls running to kill, to slaughter, to sacrifice the melanated ones. They have the Egyptian symbol down there in the underworld, which means this goes back to us. And then you are dealing with the Egyptian gods, which is Anubis, the god of the underworld, and you're dealing with Sirius, and you're dealing with the black dog, the dog star. Like I said, those are the original alphabets. Sirius A, Sirius B, and I'm sure if there's a Sirius C. It says Stacy Barth. I like Stacy Barth. Yes, this is her name. Ain't it haunting? It's very spiritual, very powerful when she is singing on there, when she's hunting. Geronimo Pratt, baby. Yes, and thank you, Sabrina. That's what I want to goddamn say. That I ain't got much time. So I'm going to come back and say, and then I'm getting the connection here, and the connection blowed my goddamn mind. And I said, oh, I got to come back here, and I got to look at this, because when Tupac mama says, look at Geronimo Pratt, and then Tupac runs, Nipsey run and go get Johnnie. Johnnie come back. Now see why Biggie came in here. Because when Biggie come, after he come, then he opened the door for Tupac to come back. Tupac come, and the mama said, no, goddammit, I'm coming. I want to talk to Alexis. Because I didn't know, you remember y'all, Tupac mama was living down here in Atlanta, and she was running the center of Memorial Drive. And I wanted to go meet her. But then again, I'm not, I never did, because I'm not the type of person to be up in a person's face, and chase no stars and shit. So I never met her in the physical. I said, no, I just ain't no star chase, get up nobody. So I didn't. And then she knew who I was, and she said, no, Tupac, I'm going with you. I want to talk to her. You see that shit? That blue, you see that right up there? Is that me? Y'all see that shit right up there? And so she starts saying that's the first name she bring up. So I wrote that name. But see, I got to come back and put this shit together, because I ain't got that much time. So I want to tell y'all, because I want to bring this up, and how they're using the Egyptian magic, the Egyptian astrology, to do this, to sacrifice our people. Because whenever they saw them doing this in the underworld and sacrificing these girls and the women and the boys, the Egyptian symbol with the eagle is on the floor when they are shedding the blood of our women that they are kidnapping. And then who else comes up here when I'm talking about in the other dimension, when Nipsey tells me, no, don't go hit Aunt Jemima, don't do that, and she wasn't there, she couldn't see me, she couldn't hit me, she couldn't hear me. She was in another dimension. We could see them, but they couldn't see us. But yet they had reincarnated and brought that spirit over. You see that shit? Lord, See, that's why I hope Samson's here to see this, what I'm saying. Because see, Samson, baby, you see what I'm saying? All of them, I don't have to protect myself. They don't mean me no harm. They come, they send their message because they want to talk. They want to find somebody to get their message through to. You know what else came up here? Benjamin Banneker. Benjamin Banneker is very powerful, and Benjamin Banneker helped. I think he's the architect for Washington, the District of Columbia, the White House. Is it Philadelphia? Is it Pennsylvania? He done come in. His badass. I got to see what the fuck Benjamin Banneker want to say. And ain't it? You see that right there? And then the Philadelphia experiment ties, I think it was Alec Bill. where it ties into them moving into other, you see that shit? Moving into other dimensions, time portals, which would also tie into CERN, which would also tie into Cernunnos, which would be Lucifer. So they all come in here moving through and speaking to me. So when the mama, Tupac mama said that, and then Johnnie Cochran says that to me, and Geronimo Pratt, then I go looking back, and I told y'all the other night that this was also dealing with the Navy, the military was there, and they're telling me it was naval. Do you know, right after I said that the other day, one of the Navy officers got up and shot 3 naval officers and said that it was because he didn't pass a test, and then shot some other ones. Right after I said that, y'all said, finna be a problem with the Navy, y'all. I want y'all to look at the Navy. And then I seen the naval shipyard. Why? Because the extraterrestrials told me. The extraterrestrials be on them ships, moving through them people, and they give the Navy technology. And the sonar technology, just like they do with the Philadelphia experiment. This all ties in together, and I seen the naval officers under the ground at Nipsey's place, and I see water under the ground, and they also told me them goddamn frogmans were there. And guess what? There's a naval recruitment office up there on Slauson. You think I'm lying? Google it while we're talking. I said it was going to be a problem. That boy got up and shot this shit at some other naval officers and said because he passed a test. But what I'm trying to tell you, remember I told you about the duality, it wasn't about passing the test. Shooting them motherfuckers was the damn test. To see, can you do this to your fellow officers? Goddamn, you being loyal to them motherfucker. Are you going to be loyal to us? Are you going to be loyal to the higher brotherhood? And this was a Manchurian shit. This wasn't no freak shit that the man did the other day. And I'm telling you, they came up out that water out there in California. They had been doing tests. Coming up out that water up there on Slauson and Crenshaw and coming up under the ground. I see it under the ground and the underground city under there where they come up in all black. They have been practicing this for weeks and days. Now, I'm not saying it's just military did this. That's not what I'm saying. You know all the players involved that I told you, but they all tied together. Now, I heard people say, well, military, but they did not specify which branch. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine. I'm telling you it's Navy, and I'm telling you it's goddamn them frogmen that get up, crawl out that motherfucker, slide out that, and I told you them ships. The Navy right there, I don't know, somebody checked it for me and said that where the ships come in is not too far. From there, you have naval bases in that area of California and the ocean right there where the ships can come in. And I am telling you, I don't want to go, I ain't going too much too deep into this here. And I'm telling you, it's tied to NASA. Like I told you, didn't I say with 3 N's? Nipsey, NASA, and Navy. Didn't I say that? And I also remember mentioning Navy, China, and Russia. And I seen in the news a couple of days ago, I got to go back and look at it, something going on with, I don't know if they're mad with Trump, and some issue going on with China and Russia lining up together. See, it be so much. And then didn't I tell y'all that, baby, I said, little Ermias came in here a couple of months ago, and I said, where you been? Lay down on the bed with me. Talk to me. Where you been? I miss you. And he laid down with me, and he say, before Santa Claus come, some of the people that kill me gonna be dead. He said they're gonna be fugitives. The feds gonna be on them, and they're gonna be wanted. He mentioned Tennessee. He mentioned North Carolina. Lord have mercy. Tell me if it's true. They said they done killed Eric Holder daddy, and some couple of others done came up, got them missing, or they running and they hiding. Now, have Santa Claus come to town yet? which would be Santa Satan. Because this is very demonic what's going on. I don't think he came. But didn't I say that baby told me when the leaves start turning yellow and red and brown? I said, so baby, what are you saying? Round the fall? Remember I said the baby had them blue shoes? I said they're going to have some pretty Puma baby shoes for his little boy, or they were going to come up with a Puma collection in the fall. Remember I said they were going to start fine motherfuckers up? That what he told me? Remember that? Oh, I like that, Keisha. You put the bullseye right there. I said they were going to fuck motherfuckers up. They told me that. I know I be saying some raw shit. And the shit be so raw and unreal that I say. That it you know what I'm saying? That if that could ruin me. Because the shit I say be so wild. That it just ain't really no way for me to explain or get around the shit. If the shit wrong, I can't say what I meant. Nah, bitch, you said that shit was so wild what you said. But I said that goddamn shit. Now they said they done fired this motherfucker up. I don't know. Then the Navy, the nigga got up and fired some motherfuckers up a couple of days. Okay. Johnnie Cochran, I didn't finish the shit. Got me so nervous. I'm not going to get into everything in public what he said. But what I do know, and I believe what he said, ain't look Irvin's gangster. He laid down, he said this gonna happen before Santa Claus. Then I said Christmas, I said Sam, them I gotta watch some Black Santa something I'm with that round before Christmas come. See how how Nipsey tried to tell me to put this shit together. Johnnie Cochran, Geronimo Pratt, LAPD, them cats, goddamn Black Panther in this bitch. The judges fucking him up with that case, which will go back to the Johnnie Cochran firm in the beginning when he was dealing with Geronimo Pratt. Okay, let's move it up a little bit further. OJ, Johnnie Cochran, LAPD, judges, Chris Darden. Nipsey. Then we deal with Tupac. I gotta go back and deal with it because I don't know if Johnny dealt with anything with Tupac or Biggie. But I know then we still let's tie Tupac and his mama in this because they go with Black Panther, police, LAPD, because Tupac had problems with LAPD, and then he came out here, he had problems with Atlanta, and then they set him up out there with LAPD judges and lawyers out there. But I don't know, y'all. I got to tell me. I got to go back and look to see if Johnny ever met Tupac or did anything legal with Tupac with LAPD. And then let's deal with Nipsey, LAPD, Johnnie Cochran Law Firm, Eric Holder, Chris Darden, Judge, Black Panthers. Do you see what I'm saying here? You see how this all come together and tie in? They're going to flip this judge. Do you see? Do you understand? Do you see the same players? Johnny was Pac's lawyer. Do you see the same players here? That's why Pac, that's why Nipsey ran and got Johnny. That's why them cases I told you. You see that? You see how I come back in now and put this shit together? You see, then, God damn it, I had to get up. I was so tired. I said, what? I said, what? I said, God damn it, you don't put this shit. Let me get my ass up. That's the same player. See, that same shit. That's why with that law firm, they go in there. When he said they flip them cases, they go to them judges. They either get a judge off of a case if a judge won't be in. But he said these judges Johnnie Cochran told me these judges are KKK, and he said when he dealt with Geronimo Pratt, also you are dealing with J. Edgar Hoover, COINTELPRO. He said they put niggers in the Black Panther Party and in the police department and in the court system that was flipping motherfuckers, that was spying on Johnnie Cochran, spying on Geronimo Pratt, inside of his case, inside the Black Panther Party, and tapping the goddamn phone. And the judges was KKK. They was paying judges. They was telling judges, you're going to flip this case. You're going to set this nigga up. You're going to send him to jail. And if the judge did not do it, then all of a sudden the judge get put off the case. You see what I'm saying? It's strange how Chris Darden got in the case, how shit it obtained him. I'm telling you now. With the Johnnie Cochran, and it's tied to the LAPD. It's tied to the government cases, and it's also tied to the gang. Because just like I told y'all the other night about the goddamn hit squads. Now, Coffin Kush exposed about the weed team, which he say secured Johnnie Cochran, Michael Jackson, maybe, yes, you said it was there about Eric Lloyd. Yeah, and now I'm telling you, I'm thinking of that how Christopher Darden got in there, because Christopher Darden, they put him in there from OJ. And from that case, they set up OJ and dealing with Cochran from there. And man, this shit, you see the same players keep reincarnating. They keep popping them up and doing the same thing. And with the LAPD, but he was the prosecutor on that side. What I was going to say, because I'm trying, Lord have mercy, this shit hit me so hard. I'm trying to keep it together because there's so much more I got to tell y'all that I can't tell you all tonight because my camera ain't got enough, Gene Roberts, what you say? What's on there? Malcolm X, look it up. See what I'm saying? There's so many players, and then there's another black man. I got to go back and, I used to be a paralegal, and the more money you have, the easier it is to flip. Okay. Yes, they get the judges if it's not a jury. And if it's a jury, they put a nigger on the goddamn jury to flip it. They either put a white person, most they're going to put a black person, they're going to infiltrate. They infiltrated the Black Panthers, I'm telling you now. They infiltrated Johnnie Cochran's firm. They had Johnnie represented Pac against the Hugh brothers. They had Johnnie under surveillance then and flipped it. They knew they were going to kill him a long time ago. There was a black man that was supposed to be, he was a police, and he retired. I got to go get his name. Y'all probably know who I'm talking about. Because when I was seeing this stuff, then I started looking, I said, oh, shit. But I didn't have time. I'm going to try to come and just drop this a little bit. I'm going to come back to you in a few days and have more of it together because it's so goddamn much. Just that one little connection, I wanted to put it together for y'all to see how this string goes up to Nipsey. They'll never stop using black people against black people. And the thank you, Johnny Muhammad. I know you'll know. And then the policeman said that it was a lie, okay? And when he retired, then Johnnie Cochran them went and found Kim K. That's what I'm trying to tell you, baby, the dream team. And Kim K daddy too worked on that case, and he did. Yes, that dream team. That's what they were bringing up. When they went back and looked in the records of that black police, this nigga was a goddamn government informer under COINTELPRO. He was informing for J. Edgar Hoover. I'm telling, all this shit is tied in together. And then when I look at that OJ case, oh wow, y'all think OJ killed, and I used to think that because of what white people were saying. OJ did not do that. Let me tell you, from looking at this case, Johnny said, would you hug your brother, killer, yet whites can't forgive Michael Vick? From what I see, the little bit I see with Underground, And it's water. Some kind of way it's water. I don't care what nobody fucking say. With that underground, with Nipsey's place, it's connected to that ocean where those military can come in from the ocean, come through the underground city. You don't even know they're there. Come up. There was military personnel at the marathon that day and were there before the shooting. Some of them were white men, but some of them were black men. Don't get it fucked up. Don't get it twisted. Y'all trying to blame this shit on white people. There were black military personnel, naval personnel that were on that property, that were in the marathon store the day Nipsey was assassinated, that looked like regular people. Very intelligent and were expert at water work and wet work. When I say water, I mean underground, moving in water, swimming in water, setting motherfuckers up and killing your ass. They are experts in that shit. And a lot of their equipment was underground, under the goddamn stove. And it can move from the stove because I can see the wetness under there. Now y'all tell me, where is the goddamn ocean and where's the Navy around that area? How far would it be? The naval ships and the water from the marathon that's somewhere in that area. Because now we already know it's a naval recruitment office right there on Slauson, so we know they in the area. You can't call me crazy. Google it right now. The address is right there. Then I see, let me tell you something. These fuckers so quick because they masters at that shit. And they all black in them wetsuits. That motherfucker come up on you. You dead in about 2 minutes. Before you, when you wake up, that nigga on you. That's how stealthy that they are. And I'm not saying those are the only ones. We know all the players, but I'm just saying they were also there, just like that man said. The Muslim one, 5 to the body, 1 to the head, but he's lying. He's one of them. We know it wasn't 5 to the body and 1 to the head. Thank you, Sharon. Okay, so Venice Beach. Have you seen the military, the ships? Because the ETs keep telling me the ET activity is very high right now, and the sacrifice is high right now. A lot of the Satanists do a lot of killing and a lot of kidnapping. You can go research this around the holidays. A lot of satanic human sacrifices done Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and into the new year. But this hit is deeper, and there was something much deeper. Even Cochran knows it. Johnnie Cochran knows it with that OJ thing. I don't care what none of y'all say. Yeah, the Grays are involved in this. There is anywhere there's a naval base, anywhere in the United States right now, where there's a lot of water, there's oceans nearby, there's naval ships. I am telling you, the ETs are very, very busy. Right now, you're going to see crazy, wild shit happening. It's going to be the most shit happening. Now, ain't no way I don't care what nobody say. Now that I can see, OJ ain't cut Nicole and that young man up and cut that girl head off like that. That's some special op shit. There's some black op shit where they come down. It is high. They come down at the sky. Them fuckers come up at the water. By the time they up on you, they hurry up. They come down so fast on the shit I can see them. And they was in all black. Your ass is dropped. Your head is here. Your body there. Blood every motherfucking where the niggas gone. You know how they get down. You can't really do nothing unless you one of them. This shit is quick. OJ was not trained like that. OJ don't have the body, the stamina. He didn't have the knees. OJ didn't do that. OJ didn't do that. And this is some type of diversion or trick when they say Eric Holder did that shit by himself, and we saw the video. I'm not saying nobody didn't shoot him, but I remember I told y'all that while that was going on up at the top, and the pop, and the some smoke or some shit, and some of the bullets weren't real, the shit was going on also under the bottom, and I told y'all somebody came up from the back. Somebody else did this hit. They say Eric Holder did all this shit, and I'm telling you, Eric Holder didn't do all this shit. See, I don't really want to talk about this. Just don't want to talk about this. There are things I'm not going to get into. I'm getting into a little bit of it because I wanted to tell you, I want to see what y'all felt. When I say that I made a connection, Nipsey told me, and then the Aboriginal elder came in here, that I got to break down to y'all what he say. The Aboriginal elders are the keepers of the knowledge of the worlds. Those are the original gods, the black gods. There's an Aboriginal elder that's all the way deep down in the goddamn center, close to the bottom of the earth, and I saw him in Australia. I got to finish talking to him. And then there's another elder that's in Tasmania, what they call the Tasmanian devil. That's the other side. The duality that white folks made up, talking about they devils and they evil. Tasmanians are not evil. They took their land and they killed them in that island. And then we go to where? The Bermuda Triangle, which would also be dealing with the keepers of the knowledge, which would deal with the Aboriginal. I must say. Yeah. Which belongs to us. He started talking to me, and this all ties into Nipsey, and it's all ties in what they done, and Johnnie Cochran know, because he's one of them. So they was breaking all this down to me, and it's also saying that Geronimo Pratt, see, they pick certain ones that they do this to, because Geronimo Pratt also is a black Indian. They telling me some of these ones that they do this to are not just black what you think. They're also black and Native American. These are Aboriginal people. They did not come from Africa as a slave. There's something high vibrating about them. And that's why they put him in there like that. Put him in jail and locked him up. And I said, wait a minute, hold on. Okay, so Johnnie Cochran Fern, Black Sam, Nipsey Hussle, Eric Holder, Chris Darden, judge in the case, throw this motherfucking case, Johnnie Cochran Fern, Geronimo Pratt, LAPD, Afeni Shakur, Tupac, Suge Knight, O.J. Simpson, Johnnie Cochran Dream Team, LAPD, Chris Darden, Nipsey Hussle, Black Sam, Eric Holder, LAPD, Chris Darden, Judge. I had to get up out the goddamn bed. I said, oh, shit. This shit. Y'all see what I'm talking about? And it's running. It's running out. It's a whole thing. Now I got to break it down. I got to break it down some more. I can't break it down tonight, though, because my phone keeps, for some reason, it will not hold the charge tonight. But I wanted to drop that shit. And then the Black Cats. And I see the Black Panther Party. I'm sorry to tell y'all, that motherfucker was corrupt. Not the whole party. Not everything they believed in. Not everything they were about. That's not it. But they had FBI and CIA informants inside of that party, disguised as black men for the liberation of black people. That's how a lot of this stuff went down. And then setting up conflict, telling one thing, he don't like you, he talking about you, writing a letter, telling another one, well, he said he don't like you either, keeping the conflict and confusion. These were agents. That's what Johnny told me. And then they did try to do it to Johnnie Cochran. And then he said they were poisoning people, tapping their phone, playing drugs on people, drugging motherfuckers up. And said in jail they had the CIA psych warfare program and the POW camp program, along with them doing that before they get to jail. The psychedelic warfare programs where they would hold motherfuckers and disappear, and you don't know where they were. And they had the motherfuckers underground locked up in bases. Military. Y'all. And then that would go back to who? Batman. Because you know, Nipsey loved Batman. And I didn't know what that meant until now. I'm not even sure if Nipsey, I think he knew, because he's into heavy technology and money and currencies. And think about it. Where did Batman live? He had a beautiful mansion and was very successful, very intelligent, and dealt with currencies and people internationally. Who did Batman deal with? The police. What did Batman have? The Bat Cave. Well, underground. Where was all of his technology? Underground. When Batman wanted to deal with things stealthy, what did he do? All black, underground. Come from under there. When? At night, in the darkness. Even in the daytime, when we're dealing with Nipsey's underground, it is still be what? Dark underground, because everything is stealthy and secret, especially if you're coming underwater. Where's what is it? What do you see underground in the water? It's black. You can't see when you're under there. So that's why you have to get Navy SEAL training or frogman training. Go look it up. You can go watch the video, because you can't, if your eyes are closed right now and you're underwater, you cannot see where you are. You can't find your equilibrium if you're not trained. You'll die up under there. You'll move and you'll get lost. The water's very heavy. It's very dense. The deeper you go, you cannot see. Hello, Haki. Hello, beautiful Haki Shakur Armin. You have to get trained to do that and to function, to breathe, to carry heavy oxygen tanks, and to see underwater when you can't even hardly see in front of you, depending on where you are. So I'm seeing the correlation here. Nipsey's helping me to put these things together, and then it is very scientific when you are dealing with Batman, and when you're dealing with the Navy SEAL, and you're dealing with frog men, and you're trying to function. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is some scientific shit. And this is some government shit that we are dealing with that is so stealthy. So they go to school for years. And even some of these white men that go through these schools don't even make it out of there. They can't even go in there. And then they keep a lot of black people out. You see the one man that made it, that was a Navy SEAL from the movie Men of Honor. He made it. And I saw that, and Cuba Gooding Jr. played him. It's very difficult. It's very cold. That is a very brutal environment, but it can be done. And we see that it is done. But let me tell you who the real, that's why he came in. You know who the original frog man is? The Aboriginal elder. You don't believe me? Go look it up. Go look at the videos on YouTube. They don't need equipment. They don't need oxygen men. Them black men, you take them on a little damn ship, or excuse me, a little damn boat made out some damn wood and shit. Them fuckers say, hold on right here. With some little bikini drawers on, dive off. Scuba dive. Deep down in the motherfucking ocean. Get some fish or whatever the fuck they looking for. Come right back up like ain't shit out. Those are the oldest scuba divers. Those are the oldest frogmen on the goddamn planet. Just like if you look at Shaka Zulu, the British took a lot of their warfare strategy and weapon strategy from Shaka Zulu. But they have perfected the art of being the minority over the majority and killed and enslaved the people of color, because there's more people of color worldwide on the planet than it is European. They have dominated the planet. The Iceman inheritance has dominated the planet. And that is what was supposed to happen. Based on the prophecy, they have a certain amount of time to rule. So you can't get mad at them for ruling. But what I am telling you is that something bad is happening. Because the time, the prophecy, is shifting. That's what the elder, the aboriginal who held the world in his hand, as we talked, he brought the world down and he held it, looked like a blue gold globe in his hand. And he is telling me the history of the world and the history of all worlds, because he would know. Because he is the elder of the planet and the keeper of knowledge, and he's connected to the stars. Sirius, Orion, all of the galaxies, some of them that we don't even know that exist. The black elders hold the keys to it because they are the original. And they came down here, the star children and the masters of the different galaxies and universes, and they established this one, and they said the ones that betrayed us are the ones that broke the laws of God and went against the El, have caused us to be in a situation, and they're going to pay too. They're going to die. So y'all can get it out your head. All these folks thinking all these black folks is good and this kumbaya shit, and Jesus coming to save y'all, and oh, the black man God, and oh, he gonna be vindicated. This fucker dying too, goddammit. Because a lot of them dirty as hell. Not dirty. Dirty. And they've been responsible for this. They are the gatekeepers that allowed this to go on. And they have also been involved in gene splicing, abortion, disease, fucking boys all in that. This goddamn child rape and this smuggling and this kidnapping. They have been some of the main ones instrumental, the rogue L. So don't expect me to give you no white folks hating and bashing. I ain't doing it. But it couldn't be possible for white folks to do it when they are not the creators. They are not the first and oldest gene on the planet. And then he mentioned the DNA and how they go into the splicing of the DNA. Black people were masters of splicing and cloning. I'm sorry to tell you, that's what the elder that held the globe in his hand told me of the Aborigines. That's what he told me. And from the lab that is in the Bermuda Triangle. Those are black scientists. They are not white. Now, there are white scientists, of course, but they come above them or after them. They are made from them, and then some of them come from other galaxies and are allowed to partner with them. But these white people didn't start. I'm sorry, y'all. Now, you can correct me, but you know what? You really cannot correct me on this one. We'll agree to disagree. Because all of us don't see the whole. We just see pieces of it. So the piece that I see, white people didn't start this. They just got in on the opportunity to come into this realm to rule for a period of time, because they knew they only had a certain amount of time. But they didn't start it. They just took advantage of the opportunity that the black ones. That's what the elder told me. And I'm still not finished listening to him. He say bad dark times are coming. He said, because the world came from us. He said, in order for it to come back to us, it must collapse down on itself and go into total blackness and be flattened and destroyed before it comes back into my hand and then expand and become whole again. He said, we cannot take you as you are. We cannot take the world as it is. We cannot fix it as it is. Because it is an extension of a projected hologram that does not exist. It does not compute. Do you remember the Matrix, when the father of the Matrix, the white man with the white beard, which would also be Saturn, old man Saturn, that will beat your ass, kill you, fuck you up, and teach you a lesson if you do not know and you're not protected. Our people are not protected. That's why so much has happened to us. Because we have become the children of a lesser God in the wilderness. That's what he said, because we wouldn't listen. Remember, and they were trying to kill who? That bad bitch, the Oracle. Because that is the female L. That is the one, the mother. You never wondered why. When they created the Matrix, it's a black woman in the hood smoking. Instead of picking a white woman in the hood smoking. Okay, Johnnie Muhammad watched a documentary called Unacknowledged that gives you clear evidence. Well, man, I don't see it all. Send it to me. Send it to me, Johnnie, so I can study. Even if you want to mail me, if you feel like donating to me, I'll read it. So I'll know, because you know I'm learning. I'm forever a student. You know what just now being revealed to me. So you can confirm or deny me or straighten me. See? I'll take straightening from you. God know you know. She's smoking. She holds it in her womb. The oracle. He is the male side of the oracle. Thank you. You clear knowledge of the... Okay. I didn't do it. That was military. And the same with Nipsey, like the white man who passed Nipsey the killer gun. Thank you, Johnnie Muhammad. Thank you. If you ever have time, I'm going to talk to you in private, because some of this stuff it scares me. I don't want to talk about all this that's coming to me. But the black man, he's not a man really. He looked like a man. He's in a male body, but he's a god. Like the one I told you in L.A. that spoke for Nipsey in the wall. He said, He said, all these black people, a lot of them are going to die. Bad things are going to happen to them. And then Nipsey told me to tell you, he said, I got to go get the paper, I don't remember where that. He said, the woman, he said was guilty in the past too, the things he did and the type of relationship he had with women. He said, until the woman stop playing these games and going along with this shit that these niggas do and compromising herself, he said she ain't gonna never be balanced and she's gonna die off. That woman is gonna die off. He said, because she's just playing herself and she compromising herself. And that's what that elder, that God man in that body, he said, if she's not restored back to her higher self, he said it's gonna be a whole, he said it's going to happen. Because they're not gonna listen. He said because their DNA is degraded and it's a lower. That some of these black people are children of a lesser God. Their DNA is not activated. The telomeres are short on the DNA. They are burned out. They are not reactivated. That's why they're not regenerating. The God consciousness is not open on the DNA. A lot of the parts of the DNA are not turned on. They are turned off. And they are doing all type of profane shit. And lowering themselves to a lesser God. Yeah, the aboriginals is the one. He the one that come to me. And we sitting by a fire. Which tell me something. He like what you said. They hide evidence in plain sight and just tell us they didn't see what we saw. Yes, Johnny Muhammad. That's what they are doing. And I listened to him. He was down. This hole was so goddamn deep. It was a perfectly cut. It looked like a well. Like it was down. I mean, pure dirt. No cement. No brick. Perfectly designed. Hey, Ricky, out of dirt. Didn't buckle. Didn't break. I didn't even feel like the shit was going to cave in. I can't even tell you how deep we were down under the ground. And then that still wasn't as deep as you could go. Under the ground. And he's sitting there calm with his leg crossed. With nothing on but like some underwear like wrap. He looked like an Indian, actually. Like they had India, which those are also our people in India. His hair was straight. Had a little gray in it. And he just sitting there by the fire. Big old fire. So I sat down with his ass. Because he said, come here, I want to talk to you. And so I said, yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're an elder. You're a God. You are the creator. I have to respect. So I'm over there in Australia with his ass. Sitting down, listening. And he held it up like this. He said, this finna be. He said, this started with us. He said, and it's going to come back to us. He said, but this will be destroyed, the one you see. And then it began with us and it ended with us. Did that sound familiar when you watched The Matrix? How it was all destroyed and Mr. Smith went in there. He was so envious of the oracle. He wanted her power. He took the oracle's power out that kitchen. And then when the world was destroyed and she was resurrected, she got her power back because Neo, which is the son of God, had fought him and conquered him and won, and that earth collapsed. And then they had to go back to who? The original mother and father. That's all I got for you tonight. That's all I got for you tonight. Because I got to sit with him some more. But what I will say, yeah, and Spider-Man and Batman. Because also when you're dealing with Spider-Man, remember I told you, you're dealing with technology, banks, feds, military. Y'all remember a couple of reasons ago I told y'all that? And now it's making sense to me why they said that, because you're dealing with what? Coordinates and codes. See, they had the coordinates and the codes for underground in that stove. And when I look up under the stove, I see a timer, I see a compass, I see water, and I see a bag of money. These were drills and exercises, and they get rewarded and paid money to do shit like that in LA. Now, I'm sure they do it in every state. What else did I say that I saw? Yeah, how I said that about that goddamn heroin. I said that drug coming in there, and then you see that they're called diseases, that liquid, and I put that article up there, yeah, about that. What else? It'd be so goddamn much they be telling me. I be trying to keep my mind straight. They be hitting me with so much. I got, as y'all can see, all I got here is I got paper every goddamn well. I try to remember the shit. I can't remember all this goddamn shit on this paper every goddamn. I roll my house this fucking paper. I got to put this stuff. They said set up a disease. Yes, set up a disease, and then they set up. I got to finish Black Sound. I got to go back to that, and I got to get the shit right here with Johnnie Cochran, because he want to talk some more. Him, oh Lord, Geronimo Pratt is here. His energy and a woman with him was Ray J manager, Big Ugly or Suge. Suge Knight got something to do with this, because that's why they brought Suge up with LAPD and the gangs. Oh, did y'all see that? I shared it with y'all where it showed David Gross admitted that he got a brother that's in the rolling 60s. Huh? It's on my Facebook page. He admits that on his Instagram. I think that he said 2 brothers. Or was it a brother and an uncle, or was it 2 brothers? Y'all see that? But you know, I'm crazy. I told you. See, I mean, it's just like, hey, they're just pulling it out of your face now. I guess they feel like ain't nobody gonna do nothing about it. So it doesn't really matter. He's protected. So these people can say who they with and what they got going on. This is a dirty game because I was going to say something else that I had remembered about my father's case. Okay, when I was talking to you about Nipsey's contract, okay, my father wanted out. And my father, but Nikki, who is Kim K friends with that Nipsey know? I'm not going to say no name. Who is they friends with? That Nipsey date. That's all I'm going to say. And Nipsey got a baby back. Now, I done told you enough now to figure it out, goddamn. I'm not saying nothing else. Now, all this go together. My dad wanted to get out of the contract, okay? When I was telling you he was in Atlanta, and they started playing on the phone, tapping the phone. The mob was here, drive-bys at the house in Atlanta. And they knew he wasn't coming back alive. They would beat my father. And when my father wanted to get out of the contract, it was the same kind of fucked up contract they gave Nipsey. Okay? My father didn't want to sign the contract. What Vanilla Ice said that Suge Knight did to him, they did it to my daddy. They hung my daddy out the window. This is not what I'm saying spiritually. This is what they did for real. Hung my daddy up and told him, you're going to sign the contract or we're going to drop you out the window. And beat him. They made my daddy sign that shit. And now you see my daddy's masters and songs and shit. And you see them being played all around the world. Guess who get that money? Guess who owned that? And people be like, well, how could you be so stupid? And it ain't about you being stupid. Somebody jammed you like that? And got your ass hung out the window? What are you going to do? And then tell you signed this? Or your ass, and then you got goons around, you got mob around, Italian mob, and then Jewish mob, and they telling you you're not leaving here alive? See, this shit been going on. You think I'm just talking shit up here? Like I told y'all before. What you said, Zionist, money, reserve, killed that. Yeah, that's right, after Kennedy. You see, he came up in the reading too. And his son, JFK, came up in the reading. And we're talking about Moore's Law and Science. Just like I told y'all a few readings ago how he said about that flag. They knew they didn't like that when Nipsey had that TMC and that damn flag up there in that store window. Because he was subliminally telling niggas, wake the fuck up and tell them who you fucking was. So the mystery of Babylon working against the rise and restoration of the rule of the people. That's right. They knew then Nipsey was different. And he was sending the code out to white ones and black ones when they seen that flag turn sideways in that window with that TMC. See, dealing with going back to the elder Moor, the Muslim. You know, this is not going to stop. Basically, it's going to end the way prophecies say. All I'm just doing is trying to open your goddamn eyes. That's all. I don't want to be the one to open your eyes. I don't know why they got me up here with this bullshit, because I don't even like saying this stuff. I just don't feel safe. I don't feel comfortable with this at all. It's a whole bunch of people doing readings on Nipsey. I'm not the only one doing readings on Nipsey. I don't know why I have to say this stuff, because it's not good. I think military time is called Zulu. And now you know why military time? Because they took, Shaka Zulu was one of the baddest military strategists in the world. That's why the British copied Shaka Zulu. That's why you don't hear about Shaka Zulu in school. That's why you're not taught about Shaka Zulu. That's why you cannot find anything on Shaka Zulu. If you're a black person, you're so-called black, you're an indigenous person, you will not. Thank you, Johnnie Muhammad. Because he was one of the greatest military strategists, brilliant motherfucking minds of all goddamn time. And they don't want you to know. And then his own family had something to do with killing his ass. They knew. White people so scared of Shaka Zulu. When they went over there, they knew they had to deal with him with military strategy. Tobacco, Bible, liquor and shit. Because he wasn't moved by pussy and all that. They had to get him up here. Motherfucker cold. They had to get his ass. Then that's when everything started going down. And then they copied it. See, I just don't want to be in this. I really don't want to be the one telling you this stuff. Because I thought, when I did this reading the first time, Nipsey, and it's really weird. It's so creepy. Because I didn't know Nipsey. I didn't know my son loved Nipsey. I didn't know who he was. Because I said, baby, why you didn't tell me? She said, Mama, that neighborhood. And I said, why you ain't got them tell me? I don't know, because, the past few years, I have been very sick. I was housebound. I couldn't hardly walk. I couldn't keep up with anything. So I couldn't keep up with nothing. I could barely keep up with myself. So I didn't know nothing. But my son knew him. And then when we did a rap song, my son had mentioned them. He said, Mama, remember when you took me to the studio a couple of years ago? I mentioned neighborhood. I said, baby, I didn't know. I was still very ill. I'm just trying to help you. And that week in March, 5 days before he was assassinated, this lady comes to me in an email and says, I want you to do a reading on this man named Nipsey Hussle and his girlfriend Lauren London. And I said, I don't know who. I said, I think I heard. I said, that like Nipsey Hussle, is he like into health or something? Like Dr. Saban, something like a health guru, like a health teacher and fitness and stuff. And she didn't tell me he was a music and stuff. I had no idea. And she didn't get in detail. She said, yeah, he kind of to help you a teacher or something. And I said, well, what you want me to do? And she said, well, I want to know about what their sex life is, and I want to know what their life is like. And I say, well, I don't know him, because I was doing R. Kelly. And I said, I can't stand R. Kelly. So if this man is in entertainment, let me look at his face. And if I see anything on him like R. Kelly, I'm going to expose him. So I said, send me the video. And I said, well, don't fuck it. Hold on, goddammit. Let me look myself. And I looked at him. And I seen that GQ thing, that magazine. And I said, let me see this man's face. And I say, you can forget it. I said, I'm not doing it. I said, that man ain't, no ma'am. I said, he's not a boy lover. He's not a little girl lover. He's not a child molester. He's not. I said, I don't know him. But for what I'm saying, I'm telling you no. And boy, I'm so glad that I did that, because I didn't know this motherfucker here is a goddamn king, a goddamn LA neighborhood nip, and a singer, and a rapper, and a producer, and all money in. But y'all would have come down here and whooped my ass. I'm so glad I didn't do that shit, because I didn't know nothing about that man. I didn't know that man was cold like he is. I just knew when I seen it. In the spirit, I said, I go get somebody else to do it. Because I don't see it. I said, you want me to attack him and put publicly and humiliate and say shit about that man? I said, no ma'am, no ma'am, no ma'am. I said, I don't see it. I look in his face and I look in his eyes. I said, that is not an R. Kelly. And whatever he do in his personal business, I don't see it's perverted. And I see that it's with consenting grown women. And I am not going to touch that man. I said, I don't know that man. But from what I see in the spirit telling me, leave that man alone. And boy, goddamn it, I'm so glad I did. Cause boy, y'all would have told my ass. I don't even know if I would have been breathing right now. Fuck with neighborhood. Neighbor. I'm so glad I didn't do that shit. I said, you find somebody else to do that shit. 5 days later, that happened to him. I said, goddamn. That shit tore me up. I said, call her. I said, look, call me now. I found that girl email. I said, goddamn it, call me. I said, why did you email me with tell me to look at that man? Because I don't think it was for what you said. Because this happened to this man 5 days after you introduced this man into my spirit. She said, I said, who told you to do this to me? Out of all the readers, why you do this to me? She said, I don't know. I don't know. She said, I didn't mean no harm. I didn't want you to hurt him. I was just curious about their life, their sex life. And she said, I wanted somebody to tell. I just wanted curious. I think they sexy. And I just was looking. And she said, when I looked at the man and I wanted the reading, she said something, the spirits told me, get her to do it. She said, fuck you want me to do? I said, I said, all the readers, she said, I know, but the spirit said you. Then 5 days later, I'm asleep. Nipsey come in my house. And I said, oh my God. I just heard of the man. And 5 days later, he comes here. And I said, well, you know what? Maybe it wasn't that. Maybe it wasn't, to look there. I said, because I'm not doing that. I said, but maybe because the higher part of him and the God consciousness of him knew what was getting ready to happen. I didn't know him, so he probably wouldn't have listened to nothing I goddamn said. If I could have got to him or got somebody to get to him, maybe they knew that he was going to need me to help pass the messages and help him over. And I said, I tell you what, I said, I feel so bad because I didn't do the reading. I said, but then again, I still wasn't going, I don't feel bad, but I ain't going to do that part. But if I would have looked it, like you told me to, I would have seen what they was finna do to the man. I said, I tell you what, if you still want me to do it, I'll do it because I feel so bad because that's probably what they was telling you to go pick her, go find her. And she said, okay. So that's when I did the first reading. And I thought, okay, I'm going to do the first reading and I'm going to be out of it. So I see, what you say, teach queen, it's the reality of the supreme being in us that is feared. Yes, imagine the black nation raised in truth. That's right. That's right. Boy, that thing told, it still tearing me up. I can't. And then I didn't know, like, my child loved him. And I said, okay. And he walks in here, crisp. I didn't know nothing. Like y'all telling me about the blue, and my son said, Mama, that's grip, and the colors, and the blue and white. I didn't know nothing. I said, I don't know why he would pick somebody that don't know nothing. But maybe that's better. Sometimes you pick somebody that don't know nothing because they're not prejudiced. And he's teaching me, and he walks in, and he says the blue. And I said, the man always have on the blue. And he got the white brown there with a big letter right here. I didn't know. Now I know that Crenshaw right there. And he said, Alexa, I said, how you know my name? And I said, well, you're so handsome. I thought that pretty hair. He said, I need your help. I said, what you need? And I said, okay, I'm going to do this one reading for you. And I thought that was going to be it. I did not know this would turn into what it has turned to. Because I said, baby, what is you doing down here in the dirty South? You up there in L.A. All them psychic and shit. Why you come all the way down to the dirty South? Now I see why. Now I see why. Them dirty motherfuckers up there, you can't trust no goddamn body. He knows stuff he said to me, I can say, and I have no payoffs. Ain't nobody giving me nothing. I'm just doing this straight from the spirit because I want to help. I want to help him because to see what this, and like I say, it reminds me of my father. And to see what they did to my father. The same shit lining up. The more I look at it, the more corrupt it get. He said, Johnnie Muhammad, we no longer be raised in deception. Okay, false, Jesus, a.k.a. Karu, Santa Claus, white man. Yes, yes. And I didn't realize when it comes to me, it's always something educational. The readings that he gives me is always, y'all notice that every time he come to me and the elders that come in and the wise people or the animals or the spirits come in, it's always 360. It's always not just about Nipsey. It's always about the community. It's always about the whole. It's always about the people. It's always about something spiritual that benefits everyone. It's always the circle of life. It's not just, oh, me and this happened to me and tell them this and tell my mama that. You notice that? It's always historic. It's always balanced. If Saturn was the Greek god of greed and abundance. Yes, and that's what we're dealing with. And what I'm telling you is you're also dealing with black people. Okay? That's a part of the same system that helped to create the system. Y'all want to think white people created the system by themselves, and they did not. They did not do this by themselves. They are not keeping this going by themselves. Look at what happened to Nipsey. These are black people that he trusted that was standing right there, that watched this whole thing and participated. Came in there, distracted, walked around, skipped around like they shopping, lured that man down. I'm going to go because it's late and I'm hungry. I'm going to get me some. Y'all done got me up here clowning, laughing, having fun with y'all crazy ass. Y'all done cheered me up. The Oracle, goddammit. I need my cigar in this bitch. I love the Oracle. Wasn't she bad? So, Janelle, what did the man tell Neo in the Matrix when he got what he needed from Neo? What did he say, Janelle? From my own personal, because I can't see it all. What did he say, Janelle? What did he tell Neo? Thank you. Thank you. Yes. And I'm going to finish working on this, y'all. And see what, damn, Neo and Nipsey, damn. What they got to say, what the black cats got to say. And give me a few days so I can give me some rest and I can finish writing this out before this bothers me. Y'all, we better get ready. We better get ready. Y'all see this shit dancing around my head? See? It's one there, it's one there, it's one there, it's one there. They just do me the way they want to do me. They just come. This is something. What's that? Isn't that pretty? It's pretty. It's so pretty. Thank you all. Align your mind with the divine. Their objective is to keep the woman following the whore. Yes, of Babylon, aka white woman and the white nation. And this, I don't know. Well, I'm going to have to talk to you, Muhammad, in private, because, because I already know we don't know who on the fucking line. You see what I'm saying? And I know that a lot of these black motherfuckers on here, you see what I'm saying? Because I've been threatened by some of them already. So that's why I kind of like, I want to bow out of this shit gracefully. I thought Nip was going to have me do 1 or 2 readings. I do it and I pass the message. He come back. Not back. Nipsey. And I'm like, he said, I need something else. But baby, you should have seen his. I felt so bad. I said, let me get up. He took off by his brother. And I know his brother feel the same way. Because his brother take off running and do anything for him. The other night when I came to y'all and told y'all that emergency, what Johnnie Cochran said, that baby took off out that door. I said, where you go? I said, I ain't gonna even ask him, man. You know what he doing. Came back in a few minutes and had Johnnie Cochran when he said, tell her. He said, my brother. I don't want to hurt my brother. And I said, well, that's my I got to lay down, goddammit. This here, I felt like going to the hospital. I thought I had to go to the hospital. It's so many different times. This shit done hurt me so bad and put so much stress on my heart. I said, I cannot. But then when I think about, like I told y'all, about my own father and what I know what happened to him, and now I know the depth, and I've had people that knew him and that were around him that saw that shit go down and saw how he suffered. Because he wasn't killed instantly. He was tortured over years, almost 9 years in a nursing home. Tortured, literally. And they try to say, oh, he didn't wake up out of the coma. Yes, he did. They kept beating him and torturing him and putting him back in it. So he could never get up. And there's a woman involved that's supposed to be his wife. They had a son by him. See, y'all don't know. A lot of y'all don't really know how dirty, what you said, Muhammad, the people in India. Yep, and why the natives got the name Indian. Columbus called them that after he got lost and discovered it. That's why. That's right. And never called, what you say? Never called themselves that. Whites called them in. That, yeah. That's what I'm saying. And see, just to the horror. I mean, this shit, these people have no emotion, no feeling, no shame. Very barbaric. Will do that shit to you, do that shit to your loved one, butcher you, take your money, like Nipsey said in there, they'll come and steal your house. And think nothing of it, because to them, you are the sheep. You are the goyim. You're not human. You're animal. And if you are a human, you are the child of a lesser God. You are a lesser human, like a pig, like a dog that they are supposed to rule over. So they say that God tell them they can do that to you. That's right. The dollar bill came up on the floor under the ground when they were slaughtering our people, and the blood was splattered all over the eagle that's on the dollar bill that's come from our symbol in Egypt. They had to splatter the blood on the Egyptian symbol and over our iris. That's what I seen. Y'all, I'm going to get my ass up off of here. I love y'all. Thank y'all for being here and supporting me and loving me. You want a reading? AlexisKTylerVP@gmail.com. I'm going to be back in a few days. Let me get a little rest because I got all this stuff to make that I am behind. I ain't made. Thank y'all for being patient, giving me the time to make it because I'm running behind. And I'm going to finish this and see what else he has to say because we got a lot to learn. We got a lot to cover. And thank y'all for y'all donation and love offering because they keep me going. And they keep me buying my outfits you like and keep me eating my soul food and shit. Keep myself together so I can keep my strength up to hear what Nipsey got us goddamn say. I love y'all. It's a dirty game. Yes. Tupac was right, yes. So I'll be talking to you all soon. And thank you for watching this edition of AKT Celebrity Reads. I'll talk to you soon. I love y'all.